Today I was watching a video made by a right-leaning person, but not completely right, but just right-leaning, about the things that we're all talking about, how we're not really happy with MAGA, and there's a whole bunch of things Trump is doing that are weird, and he should support releasing the Epstein files, and various things. And when I saw this video and the attitude of the person making it, I was like, this is a perfect video to send to my family because they don't watch a lot of right-leaning videos. And I was like, this one, they'll be able to see how a person on the right actually feels, because they're always telling me how people on the right feel and they're always wrong about it. So I send them this video and things do not go as planned. First, I'm not sure that anybody actually watched the video, but maybe they did. I can't tell. Second, one of them sent me some short videos from Facebook about a case against Donald Trump that has been debuked and was dismissed and isn't even a thing anymore. And so I had to do her fact checking for her and send her like, this case is dismissed. This is not real. Then that same person sent me another case of Jeffrey Epstein survivors and making a video about how what happened to them was horrible, which we all agree with. And it had nothing to do with Trump, but it was like, Jeffrey Epstein's bad. And so I said, are you trying to convince us that Jeffrey Epstein is a bad person? Because I think we're all already there. And then she said, well, do you want to disprove all their stories? I'm like, no, like I said, I agree with you. Jeffrey Epstein's bad. I think she was suggesting that anything bad that Jeffrey Epstein did is something that Trump also did, which is weird, but it's always something weird like this with them. Then a male person that I know said, oh, MAGA versus MAGA, that's what the progressives are saying all along, and I'm glad to see that they finally caught up with us and that everything Trump says is BS. By this time, I was kind of done with the whole conversation, and I didn't really want to reply to him, but I felt that I should say something, and I was annoyed that he was basically saying anything that people on the right had problems with Trump with was meaning that what the people on the left said had always been right all along, which is definitely not the case. And so since he said progressives were saying this all along, which I'm pretty sure progressives never said MAGA, but I said, if progressives have been saying this all along, there are a lot of Democratic senators who are taking donations from AIPAC, and they should probably stop, right? And these people, I'm sure, don't fully understand all the terms because they get this sort of partial news situation. I'm not sure if they even know what AIPAC is. Like, I think they do. But I think they maybe don't understand it. And so I think as a real news person, I'd leave them in the dust. I don't mean to intimidate people or whatever, but yeah, I don't know that any of my messages are getting across. At least I'm trying a little bit. There's this thing with Democrats that they not only want Trump to fail, but he must fail because he's a pedophile, right? That's their thing, right? He can fail in a million other ways, but what they need is for him to fail for one specific reason. And it's irrational, but I guess it is what it is. And, I don't know what Trump has done or hasn't done. I just think you should probably base your strategies on actual evidence or things with evidence. And maybe we'll get that at some point, in which case I'll be in complete agreement with them, right? If it's proven. But until it is, I just sent you a video with a whole bunch of other things you could have, but I don't think they're watching that video anyway. It's fine.